Severe weather threatens millions today across a huge part of the country, a day after destructive tornadoes swept through the South. The outbreak flattened homes and knocked out power in Mississippi and Alabama. More than 27 million Americans today face more dangerous weather.
And this massive storm stretches from the south to the mid-Atlantic, carrying thunderstorms and snow. David Begnaud is in Collinsville, Mississippi, with the storm's wide reach. David, good morning.
Good morning. This is the First Baptist Church in Collinsville, Mississippi, and the damage is substantial. On any given weekend, there would have been kids inside of that gymnasium. And look at the damage. Because the tornado hit during the week, it was relatively empty here at the church. This building right here, a classroom for Sunday school. Look at the chairs sitting on the edge right there. That would have been kids on any given weekend. But it was empty, except the pastor, his wife, and their son, who were in a nearby house, raced to the church and took shelter under a desk.
It's in the water tower!
At least 12 tornadoes reportedly tore through the southern U.S. Tuesday.
There goes that tornado!
Tornado on the ground, tornado on the ground.
This one touched down in Scuba, Mississippi, and made its way all the way to Alabama, leveling homes and leaving a path of destruction that stretched across both states.
Thank God we're all okay. That's the main thing anytime you have a storm.
This morning in Ashland City, Tennessee, first responders saved a driver overtaken by floodwater. And last night in Rankin County, Mississippi, at least 8 people had to be rescued. Willie Jackson and his family hid as a tornado hit their home.
And what we survived is the grace of God.
It's right there.
The tornado that hit Collinsville, Mississippi, ripped apart the First Baptist Church. Pastor Wade Ricks told church members he heard the tornado sirens blaring and rushed his family to safety.
The pastor loaded his wife and son up into this white Suburban and pulled it alongside the church, thinking the wall of the building would help protect the vehicle. You can see what happened to the back window.
The Ricks family raced inside the church where they hid under a desk. More than 350 members of the church now need to find a place to worship on Sunday.
Explain the damage to me.
The damage is pretty extreme. Every building has received substantial damage. Most of it, as you can see, is going to have to be pretty much torn down.
The same storm that fueled tornadoes in the south created blizzard-like conditions across the plains. A whiteout condition in southwestern Minnesota prompted a travel ban, while more than a foot of snow fell in parts of Nebraska.
So far, there are no reports of injuries or deaths related to these tornadoes in the south. And on a lighter note here in Collinsville, Mississippi, the pastor, he actually preached a sermon last Sunday on how to weather a storm. At this point, he says, no sermons on weathering storms for quite a while.
Oh, I'll bet his words came in handy, though. Thank you, David.